This is one game that I'm super hyped for this year. STALKER 2 Heart of Chernobyl is looking fantastic, especially visually if you're into post-apocalyptic settings. I mean, just look at the open world environment, the anomalies, and even the gunplay. On top of this, the game has been and still is being developed in Ukraine. So even with the ongoing conflict, GSC Game World are still working on this title. So I want to give my respect and admiration to all of the developers out there still working on it. Survival games have definitely come a long way in recent years, and STALKER 2 has been long awaited by fans for over the last decade. So if you're interested in an incredible looking survival journey through the exclusion zone in the heart of Chernobyl, then this video is for you. I'd love to know what survival or post-apocalyptic games you're currently playing though down in the comments. I have an urge to go out and gather and craft something new, so if you have any interesting things that you're playing, do let me know down below. And do click like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. First thing to know though is that the game is releasing on Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Xbox Game Pass. Furthermore, it's a day one Game Pass title, which I absolutely love to see. It is of course a first-person shooter, but does have a survival horror focus with a semi-linear storyline. There's no set release date other than 2023, so we should expect to see it sometime this year if all goes to plan. The game will be a single-player experience, however multiplayer will be added into the game in the future with a free update. Very recently we got a new trailer showing off several different aspects of the game, and honestly I just can't get over how it looks so visually stunning. It's likely due to the game being developed on Unreal Engine 5 and using full body and facial motion capture, so from a fidelity point of view it's going to look very good. But it's not all just about the graphics. The trailer definitely sports some story details and gives us a bit of a look at some tidbits of gameplay and gunplay. Within the trailer they expand on the noosphere, which is the Earth's informational field. It's a real but invisible type of field surrounding the Earth, kind of like an atmosphere or biosphere. After years of research they managed to tap into this through some sort of machinery, and in the trailer they compare this achievement to the level of space travel. The noosphere also seems to be the reasoning for many of the anomalies and even the zone itself. There is also a new character who seems to be able to take down 3 stalkers at once within the trailer. This is possibly a Monolith supporter, who are a faction that believe a complex alien crystal called the Monolith is located somewhere in the center of the zone. Furthermore, within the trailer we got to see another character with a crystal necklace who may be linked to this as well, but details are scarce. We also got to see some gunplay, which looks fantastic to me. It's a bit more fast paced than I was expecting for this type of game, but I'm honestly all about it, so I really liked what I saw. There's also details on the different versions of the game that are available to buy, including a standard, limited edition, collector's edition, and ultimate edition, with each version having its own set of goodies along with it. I won't go through each thing in the edition, but what I will say is that the Stalker figurine, as well as the artifact container lamp, do look really cool to me if you are a fan of the Stalker series. On top of this, we also got the system requirements for both minimum and recommended settings. For the minimum, the graphics card you're going to need is the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 or the AMD Radeon RX 580. While for the recommended, the graphics card they suggest is the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 270 Super or the GTX 1080 Ti, as well as the AMD Radeon RX 5700. One thing I did spot within these settings as well is that the storage requirement is at 150 gigabytes, and they do say use an SSD, so it's going to be quite a sizable game once downloaded. So if you're like me and you don't have a ton of extra hard drive space, you're gonna have to clear up some games in order to fit this one on your hard drive. Overall, I've been hyped for STALKER 2 for quite a while, but every time they release new details or a new trailer like this, I'm just even more excited. I think the game is looking fantastic. Of course, we can't pass a final verdict until we've played it for ourselves, but I do have high expectations for this one. So if you do enjoy these videos and you learned something from them, definitely click like and subscribe down below because it really does help us out. And if you haven't already seen the new trailer in its full with its own audio, you definitely should, because it is an experience of itself. So I'm going to let the trailer play out for you guys now.
After years of work, a group of scientists managed to tap into the noosphere, the Earth's informational field. An achievement comparable at best to the conquest of space.
Don't want the innocent to suffer? Then help me find the culprit.
And who the fuck are you?
And what do we have a decade later? The Zone, in our image, after our likeness.
My men are still lying out there, and I can't even bury them.
Died in an anomaly, shot by loners, found with a stone around his neck, thrown off a cliff, torn apart by dogs. You cannot kill God, just like you cannot get rid of the sky up above. I am blind, but it is you who cannot see.
There are 2 more videos on the screen now that we think you'll really like if you did enjoy this one. Of course, you don't have to watch it if you don't want to, but if you did find this one interesting, you're probably going to like these too. And then tell us what you think after watching in the comments down below.